I would have never in a million years, after bourbon hunting here for the past 3 weeks, thought that this would be the place that I find my first Weather 107 store pick. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Whiskier. Let's go do some bourbon hunting in Gulfport, Mississippi. That's right, everyone. I'm back in Gulfport. We are at L&M Package Store. A lot of you recommended that I come check this place out. So we're gonna hit this one up, and then on the way back to the base, we might hit up at least one, maybe a couple more. We'll see inside. My favorite American single malt company is back at it again. This is the new 2025 Founders Reserve coming from Brother Justus. This year, the release is coming in at 125 proof. This year, the founder was really going for a specific note: candied fruit. He and his master blender went through a ton of barrels until they found the exact flavor profile that they were looking for. Now, I gotta say, candied fruit nailed it on the head. There's a little bit of like banana Laffy Taffy on the nose. It reminds me of like a fruit snack. It's so sweet on the nose. It's going for the taste. Oh man, it's like a chocolate covered orange. The palate is definitely a little bit different than the nose, but both give me a lot of fruit forward notes. And to me, the finish is very chocolatey, caramel. They did it again. What can I say? They did it again. Last year's Founders Reserve made my top 5 whiskey of the year list, and I really think they have another contender on their hands. It is so awesome. I am definitely looking forward to enjoying this bottle more and more. I highly suggest that you check out Brother Justus, especially this new Founders Reserve. I'll make sure to leave a link in the description. I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Brother Justus for sponsoring today's video. All right, so I made it inside the store. Was just told this is the oldest liquor store in the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. Dude, there's a ton of stuff. It's like everywhere, and they definitely have, I can say, the best selection in Mississippi that I have yet to see, probably by far. Let's get right to it. I mean, look what I'm staring at. Cases of Bookers. Have you ever seen cases of Bookers before? 2501, 104.99 for that one right there. Got the Knob Creek Boo Rye right there. Let's see. A 7.3 Distillery Whiskey Tower. Pretty much their whole offering and lineup. Looks like they're selling a good bit of the rye and wheated whiskey tree. That's awesome. I want to find something I've just never seen. Holding Station, I think I saw in the last video. I think it was this one maybe? Okay, this is 100 proof, that one. They're both 100 proof. What's the difference? Oh, this is Old Dominic. Oh yeah, okay, Old Dominic. So maybe this is before Old Dominic started making their own stuff, but pretty neat. They have both of those there. At least a case worth of remits repealed. That's the 7. See, that's 7. That's 8. I know y'all are making fun of me in the last video for not knowing how to read this, but they got 7 right here, and they got 8 right here. 107, 102 for that. William Dalton, recently got to try it about 6 months ago. Nah, I lie. Maybe 3 months ago, and it's really good. Couple of Nulu offerings. Chicken Cock Double Oak, so good. Here's some of the Calumets, almost all of them, I think. I think there's one in between this that someone said's really good recently. Just take a look at all the shelf. Look, this is pretty much like the standard. Just wait, it gets even better, guys. I still can't get over that. Cases of Bookers. Clyde Mays, right there. That's that cash strength, 117 bucks. A few more of the regular Clyde Mays. What is this? Purple Toad Distillery. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. 118 proof. 7-year-old. 67 bucks. Okay. Bottled by who makes it? Man, I just wish it said that they made their own. If they distilled, or if they let me know that it was their own, like if it's a craft distillery out of Kentucky, I would have bought it for that price. That looks really interesting. Some more Old Dominics right here. They got the Tennessee, the Straight Bourbon, the Bonded, the Toddy. He did let me know. The manager told me that they're getting an Old Dominic pick in pretty soon. Dude, that is one of the coolest labels, man. Gets me excited for freaking Halloween. Burnt Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished with Toasted Peachwood. Toasted Peachwood, really, 95 proof. That sounds good, actually. So I don't really know much about 3-Chord, though. Distilled in Tennessee and Indiana. Bottled by, so they're out of Michigan, that's right. I forgot where they're out of, but they're out of Michigan. And they blend Tennessee and maybe MGP together. I've never heard of that before. The Backstage, so that's a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys right here. It looks like a rye, but it's not. Jack Barrel proof, 129.2 proof on that one. Under that is a couple of Uncle Near single barrels, 2 different barrels actually. 114.8 proof, and then 121.2 proof right there. There's Hazelbaker Bottle and Bond, $66.99 right there. Super, super interested in this one. I know I saw it in my last video and asked if anybody knows anything about that one right there. Because I don't know, I just want to find something that I have not had yet and want to try. So that was basically a little part one of the store. There's like 2 more parts to go. Check this out. We're gonna walk around and go to the next spot. And then boom. All right, let's see. You got some barrel stuff, a lot of the Garrison Brothers, Sweetens Cove, and I've never heard of this before, Amador. Let's grab this one right here. Okay. Double barrel, Kentucky Rye Whiskey finish in port barrels, 92 proof. That sounds really good actually. Bottled by Amador. Okay. So bottled by, not sure if they make it. Bowman Brothers port barrel and small batch right there. That's more like it. On base is like 50 bucks. Out here, 36. That's a little bit better. This is the first time I've seen, or maybe second time since being in Mississippi, early times. Been kind of difficult to come across early times. 28 bucks. If you remember, I made a video. This is pretty cool. So I went to one of Florida's largest liquor stores. Now I'm in Mississippi's, one of Mississippi's largest liquor stores. And when I was in the Florida one, they had early times bottled and bond for $13.99. That was crazy. All over Florida. Nuts. And here, 28 bucks. Some Oak and Eden stuff right there. There's that coffee one again. I wanted to try, but I just don't know, man. I wish it was a little higher proof. Elijah Craig barrel proof right there, B523 for $77.99. Henry McKenna 10, $68.99. Benchmark full proof and single barrel right there, 23 bucks is actually really good. And that's what they got of the Benchmark stuff. Got Larceny, that looks like A125 for $66.59 right there. The selection of Starlight is definitely the most I've seen. You got Toasted, Old Rickhouse Rye, straight bourbon, bottled and bond, the Old Rickhouse Double Oaked Rye, that sounds really good. Indiana straight wheat whiskey, and this is rye finished in PX sherry. Wow, that's crazy, huh? Great selection of their stuff. You got Old Granddad 114 next to it. They got the Old Ezra 7 rye and bourbon right here. And then coming back, we're kind of retracing steps going to the other side of the shelf. They got the new Penelope wheated, got some rosé, got the Magnus stuff. I know, that's actually not the worst I've seen. We did see like 300 at one point, but I think these are normally like 160 to 170, so 200 bucks for this Magnus. Oh, dude, it's one of the older ones too, 187. That's probably really, really good. I have one at home. I can't remember what it is. If I knew, I would probably buy this because I love it so much, the batch I have. Got a few of the Horse Soldier, or I guess a few. That's pretty much all the Horse Soldier stuff right there. Some of the Irish and Scotch right there. 2 Kentucky Owls. This Waddy Boone & Sons. I think that's a pretty cool looking label. 93 bucks right there. Got some Buzzard Drews. Some Old Elk down there. What is this? E.G. Booze, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's 100 proof. Distilled and bottled by Grain and Barrel Spirits. Never heard of that before. You guys familiar with this? 48 bucks is not bad. There's a couple people standing in front of the store picks right now. We're gonna get to that. I'm gonna show you, but I'm gonna show you what they got back here too. There's that cool Calumet decanter. This isn't a glass. I mean, it's prison jail. Got one of those Willet Purple Tops, regular Willet Green, a couple of Japanese products. They got a lot, I don't know why, but these are in the case right here. The Middle West, and then Bender Snatch. Never heard of that before. And a couple more Middle West and Lock, Stock, and Barrel, aged 20 years, straight rye whiskey for 400 bucks. That's another one I've just never heard or seen. Check this out. Back here, kind of tucked away with some wine. Remus Gatsby Reserve. Got a couple of those. I wonder, yeah, okay, so that's 2023. That's the 2024. They got the Heaven Hill Grain to Glass, rye and bourbon, Peerless Double Oaked and Peerless Toasted. That is the cheapest price I've ever seen on Toasted. I haven't seen it under 100 bucks yet. Also a very solid price for the Double Oaked. 85 bucks is great. Those two right there, and look at these, some more Bookers. So we got 2404, it looks like, for 103, 2401 for 94, 2501 for 104, and 2502 for 104. We got the Four Roses different recipes right here, $48.99. They got OBSF, OESO, and OESK. And then here are their store picks on this end cap right here. Jack Single Barrel, Wilderness Trail, Knob Creek for 59 bucks. Oak and Eden, Elijah Craig, it's 9-year, 119 proof. Makers, Crittenden's, Cut Above. Got Bywater, Old Soul. That's really good stuff right there. Some Yellowstone, and here's a few more things. Look at that. Bardstown 10 for 110. I know someone asked me not that long ago if I've seen this recently, and I said no. Well, that's the first time I've seen it in a while. So, got the new Weeded as well. I mean, this store just has pretty much everything that you could want or need. There's so much stuff. All right, so I'm gonna try a couple of their picks. I think they got everything open if you're interested, but definitely want to try it. Old Soul. Some of these I've had are some of the best whiskey that you can buy, and then some are just kind of hit or miss. So we'll see what this one is. There's a few and far that are in between though, but ooh, that smells nice. This one is 120 proof. I don't know if there's an age statement on this, but here we go. I've been big fans of these. Yeah. That's really nice. There's no oaky, overpowering flavor to this. This is very well-rounded. It's got a lot of fruit note on it. Caramel, typical bourbon notes. And it's a finish at last, man. Ooh, this is really nice. That's so good. And then next, I wanted to try it. I love seeing some Louisiana brands in other states. So I want to try the Bywater 49.6. Smells funky. Funky for sure. Oh, that's oaky. That's off profile from what I know most of their stuff to be. This right here, that is very good. I'd probably top 4 Old Soul picks that I've had so far. Can I try them now? I'll try it. Yeah. He's going right now to grab the Knob Creek pick. I gotta try knobs now, man. I've had a couple that blew me away, but still not on the train yet. So we'll see how this one is, how this one compares to what I've been having. We got a fresh crack too, man. They opened this one up, knob, 2013, so almost 10 years, or yeah, almost 10 years old. 2 months shy of 10 years old. That's pretty neat. The ones that I've really liked were 10 years old too. Because I notoriously on the channel, sometimes knob just throws me off. But recently I've had a couple that are so good. This one, and they always smell amazing. This one smells great. It's knob. It reminds me of knob too much, like traditional Knob Creek.
What do you think?
Old Soul still.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Old Soul still for sure. I actually think I'm gonna buy that one. That's really good. Thank y'all for letting me try these. I appreciate it so much. Man, that was a really awesome experience. I'm gonna get in the car and tell you what we got. I got 2 bottles in this bag. What a great store. As you can tell, I mean, the selection was nuts. Kept going. Okay, so Old Soul. This is one of my favorite ones I've had in a while. So good. And then the manager and I were talking right before I was leaving. He was saying that they did a Weller 107 pick recently, and then they're gonna go and do a Blanton's Gold pick in September. Now, that's pretty awesome because in Mississippi, allocations are damn near impossible from what I've seen, right? On the way out, he says, "You want one of these?" He had one left. So I had my Old Soul on the counter, and then he pulls this out. Yeah, I will definitely not pass that up. Oh man, this is one of my favorite bourbons of all time. When people ask me what's the one whiskey you could have for the rest of your life on an island, whatever it may be, Weller 107 is my answer. I've yet to ever own a pick of it. ever. Like every time that a store releases it, I'm never there on time. And yeah, I thought that was awesome. So Weller 107, man, we got it. And Old Soul. The Old Soul's probably just as good as the Weller. I didn't get to see really what the price was on it, what the damage is. Ah man, bourbon budget is just struggling since I've been here. $85.99 for the Weller and $68.99 for the Old Soul. Whew. I know that probably no other store today is gonna top that one, but we're gonna head back to base and at least stop at, yeah, we're gonna go try to find at least one more, so we'll see you at the next spot. All right, made it to the second and more than likely last spot. I called another spot after this. They said no filming, so we're at Drinks, Wine and Liquor. I honestly didn't even call them, so hope they let us film. We'll see you inside. All right, made inside of Drinks, and I just got to taste their, they have two Crittenden's Cut Above picks. One is a double oaked, and the other I believe was finished in Oloroso Sherry. Both incredible. I like the finished a little bit more. So if you come into Drinks, that one is actually one of the top finished store picks I've ever had from him. It's really good. All right, starting off, look, all this is whiskey right here. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, A125. I don't see the price tag on it right there, but next to it, they got Toasted for $70.49. They do also have this, a Dickel pick. It's a 9-year handcrafted small batch, 103, so 50 bucks. I know a lot of people don't like Dickel, but I don't know. It's not my least favorite, I'll say that. What year is that? I can't tell. I don't know how to read these still. There was some guy, I found an old Redbreast, an old Dusty in one of my first videos in Mississippi. Dude couldn't believe that I didn't know how to read the bottle. I don't know, I don't know how to read the dates on bottles. It's not really easy to read. And he was like, think before you speak. Yes, sir, Captain. Thanks for all your great info. Got Bullet's Own Juice right there, $59.99. Very solid bottled and bond. Couple, let's see, Balcones. What is this? Monk's Road. 84 bucks. Bottled by Log Distillery, Kentucky. It is Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, aged 6 years. Just don't know where it's from, but that's it right there. Monk's Road, 84.49. Right next to it, there's another one I've never seen before, the Clover Single Barrel. 91 proof and bottled by in North Carolina. Oh, distilled in Indiana. So, dude, that's what I've noticed about Mississippi, man. There's so many just companies and bottles I'd never see in Louisiana. Louisiana's pretty standard. It's all the big names that everyone knows and a few craft distilleries that are few and far between, not easy to find in Louisiana. Mississippi, dude, they got like everything. Got some old Granddad and some Rebel 6-year almost passed up right there. Let's see, let's keep her going. There's both of the Old Soul tin types right there. 140 and 128, tin type 1 and 2. Any slam dunks on the Maker's Cash ring? Not today. 64 bucks for that. Here's a Wild Turkey Tyrone R, TYR, Kentucky Spirit right there. Very solid. I'm actually a really big fan of all the Kentucky Spirits I've tried. One of my dream bottles, and I'll probably never find it, is the Kentucky Spirit, the Fantail bottle, I think it is. Those just look so, so great. I was hoping, there's a couple of stores in Mississippi that, even though they didn't let me film, there's some old stores. I was hoping to run into something like that while I was in there, but no, I did find a Dusty. It was just an Irish whiskey. A couple of Nulus. It looks like a rye and just a straight bourbon. A Baker's 7-year, 10-month, Old Elk. Grove, there's that Bardstown Disco. Which one? That's Discovery number 8 on the Bardstown. I don't see a price on it, but there's a cigar blend, Joseph Magnus, and it is batch 408. So one of the newer ones. I haven't had anything past 300 when it comes to the batch, but from what I hear, the older batches, like in the 100s and even less, are the best. All the Magnuses I've had, the cigar blends have been so good. Like probably my favorite cigar blend. That's what a cigar blend is. The number one bottle that pops into my head when I think of a cigar blend. This could also go with a cigar, not gonna lie. They got the Wampus Cat, not sure on the price, but pretty sure that's probably around MSRP right there. Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof for 73 bucks. It's 129.2 proof. A couple of Clyde Mays, Penelope Weeded. I know that one's kind of hard to find where I'm from. Anything else that catches your guys' eye, let me know. Got some red breasts, cash drink. So here's the one right here. This is what I got started with drinking. I used to pay around 65 bucks. Everyone said, I'd much rather this, listen, I agree, but when I got into whiskey, I could not afford to be buying the Redbreast cash strength. It is so good though. I'll show you kind of their display of the Crittenden's and where they have it at. So it's pretty much right when you walk in, you see the Crittenden's barrel right there, $64.99 for the double oaked, and I'm sure it's probably around the same price for the other, which is, here it is, Oloroso Sherry. So both are 5 years, just one is double oaked. The gold wax is double oaked, the blue wax is the finish. Here's some more of it on the end cap, and then I guess a couple more things I got. Some Old Scout, Davis County, Ragged Branch Bottled and Bond, Noah Mill, Rye 3. And yeah, overall, a little decent selection in this store. That was the selection here at Drinks. Another little note on this place, it's in, they call it the Promenade, or the I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but this is like the spot to be, man. There's everything. There's a Dick's Sporting Goods, the Best Buy, I'm looking at Target, like this is what I'm looking at. Chick-fil-A, Five Guys, there's everything here. Nukes, there was a Red Lobster that closed. Kohl's, like, dude, it is a hot spot. Very busy spot, very crowded area, but overall, really solid selection. So, this is what we ended up doing for the day. We got an Old Soul, and I cannot believe, I would have never guessed. Here, I would have never in a million years, after bourbon hunting here for the past 3 weeks, thought that this would be the place that I find my first Weather 107 store pick. And this was offered to me right as I was walking out the door. So pumped to have this. This is great. It's been a good bourbon hunt so far. Even without this Weller, man, this bottle is so damn good. And that store, the package store, the oldest store in Mississippi, amazing. Great selection, really cool group of people, and it was very busy. There was a lot of people in there at that store. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am not sure, this might be the last video you see in Mississippi for a while, but stay tuned in case it's not. Otherwise, we will be pretty much back to the normal routine when I get home. I'm almost done doing my military time. Got about a week left. Make sure you check out the Patreon and the links below. We got a couple barrel picks in the making, getting ready for that. And as always, we will see you in the next one. Cheers.